wonder if that teeny beaut, and what were the next that cave in her eye, which she must go on in extremely. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What now might rule this haunted grove?
My mistress with the monster is in love, near to her close and concentrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanics, that work for bread upon up in Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of the barren sort was presented to their sport. Forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at disadvantage take, and as his knoll I fixed his head, anon his this might be answered. And forth my mimic comes when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping flower eye. A russet that scoff many in sort, rising and calling at their guns' report. Server themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellow fly. And at our stamp he o'er and o'er one false he murder cries and help from the Athens call. Their senses weak, lost with fears the strong, may senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved and asked,
Was thou better than I could devise, but hast thou yet lashed the Athenians' eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
This is the same Athenian.
This is the one, but not this the leader.
I rebuke him, that you love him so. Lay wrath so bitter on your bitter foe.
I betide, but I should use these worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, be o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day, as he to me would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia. I'll believe as soon as the whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipods. I cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look so dead and so grim.
The murdered look, and so should I, pierce through your heart with your stem cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
Is this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the hounds! Of maidens' patience, hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell truth even for my sake. durst thou have looked upon him being awake? Oh, hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch, cannot a worm and adder do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine thou serpent never adder stung.
Passion on a misprized mood. Am I guilty of Lysander's blood? Nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
Pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
Presence never to see me more. And from that hard-hated presence part I so, and see me no more, whether that he be dead or no.
In this spear's vein, here therefore for a while I will remain, so sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt not the bankrupt sleep doth, sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay. If heard this tender here, I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and thou laid the love juice on some true love's sides. Oh, thy misprison must perforce ensue. Some true love turn, and not a fate turn true.
Then fate's all ruse. That's one man holding trump, and a million fail. Confounding oath on oath.
And go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. Oh, fancy sick, she is pale and of cheer, with some sights of love that costs the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou'st bring her here. I'll charm as Isaac and she to appear.
Look how I go, swifter than an arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, ye Cubis, go, archery, seek an apple of his eye. When his love he doth satisfy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky, around weakest, if she be by, beg of her the remedy.
Sin of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Star with their fine pageant see, Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside, this noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
To at once woo one that must need this sport alone, and those things do best please thee that befall prepotoriously.
You think you can Hawkinson? We would scorn in derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and thou so born, in their nativity, all truth of years. How can these things in me seem scorn to you? Bearing the badge of fate to prove them drill.
Oh my god.
Advance your cunning more and more when truth kills truth of devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Wait oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, but in two scales will even weigh, in both as light as tables. Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Trius loves her, and he loves not you.
Ah, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what my love shall I compare thine ein? Chrysalis funny, oh how rife and show, thy lips a bliss.
Spite! Oh hell, I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment, If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me this much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you are mean as men, you are in show. You would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and suppraise my parts when I'm sure you hate me with all your hearts. You both are rivals in love, Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, mainly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes. With your delusion, none of noble sort would you so offered a virgin to extort. A poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
Unkind, Demetrius, but not so. For you love Hermia, this you know, I know. Here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, and Hermia's love, I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but a guest was sojourn, and now to Helena is it home return there to remain?
Helena, it is not so.
Sprage, not the faith thou dost not know. Lest to thy peril thou abide it, dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, from that thou his eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, and pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I think it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair, a lame, more insolent lights the night than all yon furies, O's and eyes of light he seest know me. Could not this make thee know the hate I bear? He made me leave thee so.
You speak as it cannot think, it cannot be.
She is one of these confidents, see. Now I perceive they have conjured all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we had child, the hasty fooded time for parting us, oh, is it all forgot? Oh, ye all school days, friendships, childhood, innocence, we Hermia like true artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, our voices and minds had been incorporate, so we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart, two of the feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander in the scorn to follow me, my praise, my eyes and face, and made you other love Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph divine and rare, precious crescential, wherefore speaks he is to her, and wherefore doth Lysander deny love, so rich within his soul and tender me, forsooth affection, but you by your setting on, by your consent, what thou I be, not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most of unloved. This should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
They do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouse upon me when I turn my back. Wink at other, hold the sweetest jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, any grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence